Um, all right. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another Wine Wednesday. This is the first Wine Wednesday of 2025. So I hope that everybody drank ample wine, good wine, none of that slosh that you degens like to drink. Calling you out. That was also a very Canadian out. Whew, throwing myself under the bus here. I hope you guys drank a lot of wine. If any of you are not drinking wine with us today, like Rodolfo every time, and me today, non-alcoholic wine, because I'm ashamed to say as a wine professional that I am doing dry January. I apologize. Sorry. Whatever. But yeah, I hope everyone drank a lot of wine, the good stuff, and ate a lot of great stuff and started off the year strong. We have a very exciting topic today. We're going to be talking about our today. This is like public live today. This is actual real. This is not even alpha anymore. We're doing it. We are officially launching our new and improved Wine Guy AI, which is now accessible through Telegram. So we're going to get into that. But first, let's do intros. Who the heck is David Garrett?
Oh, hi. Thanks, Jana. I'm Dave Garrett. I'm a co-founder of dVIN. Been a wine and tech guy for 25 years, and happy and excited to be ringing in the new year with you two.
Thanks, Dave. Happy New Year to you too. Rodolfo, nice to see
Hello.
you again. Do you want
Nice
to
to see
introduce yourself, please?
all of you. I am Rodolfo Neirotti, also a co-founder of dVIN Labs. I have been a wine and industry and innovation guy for 15 years at least, probably close to 20 at this point. I'm dating myself. And my gray hair that melts into the background also does that. But I am it's a little earlier for me, so I have my customary morning water to hydrate, since I'm not doing dry January or damp January, as Jana called it a couple days ago.
Yeah, I think we need to stop using that term. Certainly not moist January. We can't.
No, I definitely use the word damp, and I don't want to undermine her commitment, but delighted to be here with all of you.
Thanks, Rodolfo. And I am definitely the loudest of the three. I am Jana Kreilein, the third co-founder of dVIN Labs, and my background is fully wine. Sometimes you got to take a break. Dry January. It's my third year doing it. Yeah, background is fully wine. I have worked with some of the biggest industry brands for brand communication and storytelling, digital content creation and content creation in general. Worked on some exciting television projects with some of the world's top sommeliers, and then kind of dove down the blockchain rabbit hole with dVIN Labs and have been here from the beginning. So it's been a very exciting journey. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. So we're going to get into it, but rules are rules. It's Wine Wednesday after all. So Dave, what's in your glass?
Well, actually, I'm going to save that because I'm going to show everybody what's in my glass using Wine Guy, which is pretty exciting.
Okay. Well, all right. So I say rules are rules and you undermine me. Got it.
I'm sorry. I'm drinking a beautiful ruby red wine.
Ooh.
But like, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because I'm going to let our AI Som tell us about it.
I love that. Okay. You're off the hook. All right. So we're really excited to be announcing the launch of the new and improved Wine Guy AI. It's like a pocket sommelier. So any of you who are members of Club dVIN or anyone who's been a user on the app, maybe through our seller challenge back at the end of, the end of summer and in September, anyone who was using our Wine Guy AI tools within the app, cool. It's better now. It's awesome. It's always been cool, but it's like new level of amazing. And it's now available on Telegram. So right now it's actually switched off in the app because we are building, but we just launched it on Telegram. And so anyone can use it as of today. So Dave's going to do a demo, but let me just lead into this with a little intro to why it's so cool. So this is not, it's not just a regular whatever. Even if you can't even say a regular wine guy AI because it doesn't exist. This is the first one. But I think I'm already like, it's so much cooler than it was, because now you can choose a character. You can actually choose who your wine guy, or should I say wine god, is going to be. So Dave, can you give us a little bit of an intro into the characters that you can choose?
Sure. So if there's any kind of OG Club dVIN folks around, you'll know that when you originally purchased your Club dVIN membership NFT, those NFTs were based on the gods of wine. So there's lots and lots of stuff that's gonna come out on this over time. It's really fascinating and interesting. But in all of human history, nearly every culture has had a god of wine, a god of some sort of god of wine, god of libations, god of revelry. But a lot of times that was the god of wine in that culture. And we've identified 14 different gods of wine around the world. And the original membership NFTs were based on those 14 gods of wine. We've revived that for our Divinity AI project. We've revived the gods of wine. And the first gods of wine, we actually have, there's just 2 in Wine Guy, but we'll end up launching more. The first 2 in Wine Guy are Bacchus and Dionysus. And I'm not going to tell you about them because I'll let them tell you about themselves. And they can do that. You can do that by signing into to the Wine Guy Telegram, and they'll tell you all about themselves. They'll tell you about their backgrounds, and they'll tell you anything and everything you need to know about wine.
All right. So before we give it all up in the demo and figure out what Dave's drinking, Dave, can you tell us why you think the world needs an AI sommelier?
Well, yeah. So look, nearly every time you buy a $50 bottle of wine or more expensive, you're doing it with somebody helping you, right?
Usually
Either you're at a restaurant, yeah, usually one of us.
Circles. It's us.
But most of the time, you're doing it with a sommelier at a restaurant, or maybe one of the professionals at your local like boutique wine shop, or maybe if you're really into wine, like you've got a wine guy that will like help you source wine, or will tell you tell you a little bit about what wines are available or what wines you should get. But for the most part, you have somebody that helps you. Pardon me. But there's 2 big problems with that. The first problem is you're almost always lying when you're talking to those people, right? Because when you're talking to a sommelier, you're, at least if you're like me, you're always kind of pretending like you know a little bit more about wine or about the producer than you really do, because there's so much to know. Like maybe Jana doesn't have to, or certainly Rodolfo doesn't have to, but I do, right? I've got to kind of pretend like I know a little bit more than I know, whether it's the guy at the restaurant or the attendant at the wine shop. And the second piece of it is typically when those people are telling you or giving you advice or trying to help you tell you if you're going to like a wine or not, or what wine to buy, they're meeting you for the first time. So there's no context, right? They're just telling you what they think that day. But a AI som that knows about every wine in the world and that you can talk to on a regular basis, not only can give you really good information and you don't have to lie to them, you can actually tell them what you know and what you don't know. But more importantly, they can follow you around, right? Every time you drink a glass of wine, or every time you drink something that you like, you can tell your wine guy in your pocket. They know what you like, what you don't like. They know, what you don't know. They know what you want to know about wine. And over time, your AI wine guy can really provide a lot of really helpful and useful information. So that's why I think it's cool.
Okay, and you said wine guy knows about every wine on the planet. Where is wine guy getting his data from? Why is he so smart?
So we started this project back almost a year ago, and the reason that we started it is we've built thousands and thousands of digital corks. Which is the smart contract.
What's a digital cork? Yes.
Smart contract is the smart contract that represents an individual bottle of wine. And from the very beginning, we knew that those digital corks needed to have a lot of information on chain, right? They needed to not only have all of the metadata for that bottle of wine, like everything from the vineyard to the region to the winemaker to the owner of the winery to what the oak program was, like everything that you want, every detail that you wanted to know about that wine. But it also needed to have like a really interesting storytelling visual. So when we first started doing this 2 years ago, Jana, you might remember, like it would take an hour to make a digital cork, because you'd have to go and do all the research online and like find it, and then you have to build the
I love
visuals.
that you say, Jana, you might remember, as if I like didn't make most of them myself.
That's what I'm saying. I never made one, so so it took us a long time, and then kind of I would say a year ago, we got down to, maybe even 6 months ago, we got down to like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do one. But even that's too much. If you need to make 50,000 digital corks, even at 15 minutes a piece, it takes too long. So we started back in February building our own custom large language model, our own custom AI platform, basically with the idea being that it would have all of the information in the known universe about every wine and could then build the digital corks based on that. And so we got a lot of proprietary information from a lot of our partners and friends. We've been training the AI since last February, and we're now to the point where we're gonna demo it for you today. It's pretty cool. It can find just about any wine. I was able to stump it with an 1870 Louis Jadot, but other than that, it's really hard to stump. It's pretty good.
Something with
not fair.
You should show them a picture actually of what you stumped it with, because it's pretty.
I will.
It's pretty fair. I thought I had stumped it on the weekend with a Georgian wine, and I was wrong. It knew it, and it even. We'll get into this too when we show the wines that we're drinking, because I think it'll be really interesting to see what Dave's drinking, because he's drinking a real wine and I'm drinking a vacuum distilled Riesling from Germany, where the wine was made and then the alcohol was removed in a really scientific, special way. And like, I will tell you now, I was like, this is not, there's no way that it's going to know this wine. And there's no way that it's going to be able to like explain to me vacuum distillation. Like, I mean, I know I have my wine diploma, but it knew everything, and it knew the wine, like insane. Based on a front label, I have to add, that is just this. Like, it doesn't say Riesling anywhere. That's what I put in the app. It's pretty cool.
Pretty amazing.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're hyping ourselves up here, but it's very cool.
But you all will have a chance to play with it very soon. So
yes. And so how does the AI actually learn and evolve with every user?
So the reason that we've set it up on Telegram is because the AI actually you're not just talking to an AI that's talking to everybody else. you're talking to a unique instance. So how we've built this is with your Telegram user, you are speaking one-on-one to your AI, and the AI is tracking everything that you say and all of the bottles that you upload and all of the questions that you ask and everything that you ask. The AI is keeping that just for you. So they're building kind of a little mini LLM just for you with a memory of everything that you talk to it about. So that's the reason that we're launching it right now on Telegram. Over time, it'll be available on our app. Obviously, it'll be available on WhatsApp. It'll be available on SMS. You'll have a bunch of different ways to access it. But right now, Telegram was the easiest way for us to get a demo up and going. And I'll tell you, even if you're out there and you don't have Telegram, it's
Get
worth
Telegram.
installing Telegram just to see how it works, because it's very cool.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. We're very close to doing the demo. I just want to, before, I know we talked about choosing your character, and Dave was saying there's 2 gods available right now. There will be more gods coming soon. More divine power, divinity, divine. Okay, you get it. Okay.
Nice.
There will be more to come. So there are 3 characters though. There is Dionysus, there's Bacchus, and there is our default wine guy. So what's the difference between the characters, Dave?
Well, Dionysus was the ancient Greek god of wine, and Bacchus was the ancient Roman god of wine. A lot of people think that there's a lot of similarities between them. We've kind of created some disparities between them. And then your normal wine guy is just, boring wine guy, basically me. Boring, very simple, not a lot of attitude, not a lot of, just giving you the facts. So that's the difference between the 3.
So the gods are sassy.
They can be. You'll have to see. I'm gonna let people experiment a little bit.
I want to know who the sassiest god is, because I want a sassy wine god.
Both Bacchus and Dionysus were troublemakers. So
I know, that's why I can't choose. I actually can't choose. I think I'm a Dionysus girl, but yeah.
Well, I've had Bacchus as my PFP for 10 years, so yeah. I'm more of a Bacchus.
Dave's also god of wine everywhere. So Dave, I think it suits you. It suits you. Okay. Do we want to jump into the demo? Do you want to show us what you're drinking through? Who's your character?
Well, I haven't said it yet.
Okay. All right. Obviously it's Bacchus. Spoiler alert. Rodolfo, who's your character?
I have not decided. It's a tough one.
Oh, look at this.
So you can see here I am in Telegram. And when you sign in, we're going to give everybody a link. When you sign in, it'll be bare. And the first thing that you'll want to do is hit start. So down here, this is the menu. So the first thing you do is hit start. And start gives you kind of a list of things to do. It also resets it. So if you've set your wine god, that wine god will stay your wine god until you want to if you want to reset it, or if you want to reset your experience, you could just hit start and that resets your experience. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select character, because I think we want to be Bacchus. So I'm going to set the wine guy. I'm going to say Bacchus. And it's going to make me Bacchus. So now I've got Bacchus. But if you look up here, you can see the various different things we can do. We can ask for tasting notes. We can ask for food pairing suggestions. We can get our gods of wine to argue about a particular topic, or to give you their different perspectives about a different topic. But the thing that is actually really cool is the wine identification, creating a digital cork for your bottle. Now, in the beginning, that digital cork isn't going to actually mint. For right now, we're just creating the digital cork so you can kind of see what that looks like and how it works. But over time, you'll be able to, if you have VinCoin, you'll be able to sign in and mint bottles. If you're sitting at a restaurant, you'll be able to mint the bottle automatically in, you'll see it's about 30 seconds.
Why would you
It's
do
pretty
that?
fast. Well, let's say you wanted let's say you want to just know more about that bottle, right? You could mint the bottle.
But
Let's say you
need a
wanted
digital
to,
cork just for information. You don't need to
yeah.
mint something on chain,
Oh,
right?
that's true. You don't need to mint it on chain. The reason that you would mint it, is so that you can store, you can you can open that bottle and have your authentic proof of experience that you've opened that bottle and that you've drank that bottle. So that can get you rewards from the winemaker. It'll also earn you VIN coin. So that's nice. And you can share tasting tokens with the other people that you've opened the bottle with. So there's a bunch of reasons why you would want to do it. It's kind of a fun, cool experience.
Awesome. Okay, can you, if anyone is not able to read this, Bacchus, Dave said his character, and it's saying, Bacchus, the Roman god of wine, revelry, and all things indulgent. Dave, I mean, this sounds like your character. If you're invoking his name, I can only assume you're ready to embrace the pleasures of the vine. How can I assist you today? Are you seeking a wine worthy of his divine approval, or perhaps a pairing fit for a feast in his honor? All right. I'm sensing already a little bit of sass, but
A little bit of sass. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the wine that I'm drinking.
Representing.
Yeah. And I'm going to, sorry. And then I'm going to mint that bottle. So digital cork. Now it says, please upload a picture. So if you're on your phone, you can just take a picture. I'm on my desktop here, so I already took a picture with my phone. So I'm going to upload it. So that's a picture of the bottle that I took 2 minutes ago, just before this call. It's uploading the photo. Oh, sorry. Live demo.
That's a big photo file.
Yeah, I think there might be a problem in that the file's a little too big. Oh, yeah. Right. I need to make it a little smaller. Let me just do that really quickly. It's going to take about 2 seconds.
Okay.
You can vamp a little bit while I do it.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to give you guys a little insight into how it answered my vacuum distillation question today. So I don't know I'm in Telegram here, and I am testing it on a non-alcoholic wine, right? So already something that you don't necessarily, it wasn't really an assumption that it was going to be in there, because we've been building this LLM with a lot of data on investment grade wine and wine in general, but alcohol-free wine it's definitely a niche. So anyway, I was surprised that it got it. And again, this is a Riesling that was actually made fully into a wine. So there's different ways to make 0 alcohol wine. You can never let the juice ferment, or you can have a wine and then basically remove the alcohol from it. And so there's different ways of doing that. This is vacuum distillation, and it's really kind of a nerdy thing. Oh, let's see if this works.
The problem was I uploaded it as a file and not a photo.
Oh, okay.
That was just my dumb thing. But if you do it as a photo, now it'll generate the digital cork.
Okay, there we go. Nothing's broken. Everybody calm down. Okay, so generating digital cork, and again, this is not minting a digital cork on chain. This is just generating the digital cork.
Yeah. And the next step will be.
Here we go.
So you can see that it took that bottle, it went and found an image, created the image for the NFT, and then we've got a really cool thing that we're launching very soon, which is the taste map, but you'll see that later. And then you'll see, here's all the information about that wine, a description of the bottle, the name of the wine, the winery, the proprietor, the winemaker, It's from Argentina. It's from the Valle de Uco. It's actually really close to the project, my project in Argentina. It was one of the wineries that we used to go to all the time. It's got a really fantastic winery to visit. You know, destemmed oak bear, 12 months in oak, 14% alcohol. Like all of this stuff is right. 92 points from James Suckling. Like all of this is correct.
And it knows what format you uploaded to. So if you would actually upload a photo of the Magnum, I tested this, it works. It's crazy.
It's really amazing.
It's really cool.
So if I go to, if I say tasting notes for this wine,
Wow.
Pretty quick.
Aromas, palate, finish. Does it match, Dave? Is that what you're tasting? Are you
100%
intense and inviting notes of ripe blackberries, plum, and spice, clove, and cinnamon from oak aging? Are you?
I am. Okay. And it is a fantastic choice.
Lingering notes of dark fruit, spice, and a touch of minerality. All right.
And let's see what it says about food pairings.
And this is cool too, because depending on where you are in the world, it will like, if you're in Barcelona, like Dave is, and you say, I'm drinking this wine in Barcelona, what can I pair this wine with that goes with like the local food here? And it will like change its pairing for you and be like, oh, you're in Barcelona, you should have this. It's very cool. There we go. And it gives you, look, a meat, a vegetarian, and a cheese option. Ask it, what about dessert? I'm trying to throw it all off here. Live demos are fun.
Look, meat, I can't get the,
ask it about dessert, Dave.
Meat, vegetarian, cheese, other suggestions?
Oh, you press start again, so it's not gonna, oh, but you can paste in the wine. Yes. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Oh, it's
because you press start. That's, again, look.
Oh, no, look, here we go.
Oh, there it goes.
Wow. Damn.
Look, chocolate-based desserts, fruit-based desserts, cheese-based desserts, other decadent options, tiramisu, or spiced chocolate mousse.
All right. Okay. What else do you want to show us, Dave?
Look at the pro tip, by the way, just spot on.
When pairing desserts with red wine, aim for desserts that are less sweet than the wine itself, true, to avoid overpowering its flavors. Wow.
Yeah, that's something only a person that has a lot of experience in sort of the Somm realm would know to alert you to.
Yeah. What do you guys... Oh, are you going to do the chat? Amazing. Okay, this is the coolest thing. Poor wine guy doesn't have a chance against the gods. What's going to happen now? Or does he?
Oh.
Maybe we've equipped wine guy with some extra sass. We should. Give him a fighting chance.
I'm burning through this too fast. I'm not waiting for the prompt. Sorry.
All right, so Dave is trying to open up a tasting room chat, which is what, Dave?
It's basically a conversation between the gods.
There we go. All right, let's see what it says. Ah, the gods would surely raise their goblets. That's amazing.
Unanimously agree that it's worthy of divine praise. Anyway,
amazing.
So this is an early demo. I encourage everybody to get on board, find wines, ask it about wines, talk about wines, learn about wines, and I'm going to stop sharing now. But like that's just first demo, but like there's lots of stuff there. Go check it out. It's really cool.
Yes, and ask it complex questions. I know we're running low on time, and we still want to talk about the wrecked wine marketplace. So I'll leave the nerdy vacuum distillation stuff for now, but get in there and ask it the most complicated wine questions you can, and let's see what you get. If you can stump it, let us know. I am very curious. I've tried. Upload your pictures of wine, your pictures of wine bottles at home. Let's see. Again, I know based on experience in this space that a lot of you guys on X, you crypto Twitter degens, you guys got to start drinking better wine. Okay. So we're going to make sure that the gods are roasting you for uploading slosh. At least I'm definitely going to talk to our AI guy about that. Note to self. Roast the degens and get them to drink better wine. This is my mission, to get you guys to drink the good shit. Okay. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for swearing. All right. She's usually one. Okay, Rodolfo, I'm going to put you on the spot now to talk a little bit about the wrecked wine marketplace, which is coming very soon. What is it?
Wreckedwine.com. You probably, if you watch us on here, you heard it before. It is an amazing marketplace where soon there will be over €1 million worth of collectible investment grade and fine wine
With alcohol.
with alcohol from all over, available for purchase. It is
from where? Where can I purchase it from? What if I'm in Australia? Can I buy
it? If you are in almost any country, save a few that I'm not even going to name because they would be obvious. We've all heard the stories. You can purchase from. It is powered by our partners in Bordeaux, and the wine is all in the trusted hands of the Bordeaux City Bond, and you have the ability to purchase it and then also trade the wine, and really we're hoping and encourage all of you to look at this with like a longer term view. So it's really not about like, oh, here's a simple e-commerce platform. No. That's like,
no.
Those are fine. That's for everyday drinking of weekly table wine. But for these, you're looking at like which ones have the most upside, which ones are interesting, which ones would I like to hold, which ones would I like to flip, et cetera, et cetera.
So we're talking about real world assets.
Real world assets.
Rare wine as real world assets. And we're talking about a kind of marketplace that doesn't, I'm going to say nothing like this exists.
Not yet.
And it is powered by dVIN, but as Rodolfo was saying, the wines are actually coming from one of our longest partners or longest time partners in Bordeaux. And it's $1 million for now. When we launch, it'll be $1 million worth of rare wines available. They're digital wines. So you're buying the digital cork. The wines will sit in Bordeaux City Bond. They'll all have different shipping availabilities, shipping dates. But the idea
in the future.
In the future. And the idea is that you can trade those digital corks. Right, Dave? You can trade the digital cork. And so whoever decides to finally take possession of the wine, just like our concept has always been, right, can when the shipping comes available, obviously take possession of it. You're buying a wine. But yeah, the idea is also that anyone who has already got a digital seller, OG members, mostly talking to you guys, anyone who's bought wine through our drops or has been dropped a bottle of wine, for example, the Mad Lads, those bottles will, and any bottle that's with a trusted custodian. So for example, in Bordeaux City Bond, you can trade those digital corks. So anything that you've already got that you own, you will be able to list on this marketplace. And there's lots more of these marketplaces coming.
So the exciting thing with Rect Wine, obviously, is we're focusing on. As Jana said, you can always take possession of something, but what's the rush when nobody's charging you to store it for you? And it's at it's like at the Fort Knox of wine, uh, and it's an asset. I would be in no rush to want that at home, where everything changes all of a sudden when you're responsible. But the exciting thing is exactly this exciting thing is this week we have been really kicking the tires, letting a select group of folks, sizable.
I think there's about 100 people testing it right now. Yep. It's password protected at the moment, and it will go fully public very, very soon.
Correct.
Yeah, and so we're basically in the final stages there.
There's been a lot of tire kicking. We've gotten tremendously useful feedback, most of it positive. A lot of really useful for our roadmap for this and future marketplaces. Very pleased to be finding minimal friction or any real issues, and anything we found can be addressed very quickly. And then what we will do once we're done kicking tires was we'll wipe it, and we'll begin to upload in tranches the real stuff for folks to begin purchasing and trading. It won't be there all at once, for a lot of really good reasons, but it'll start to go up in tranches regularly, and before you know it, you'll be dizzy you'll be dizzy trying to contemplate what you want. If you can take it all, great, but I might not talk you out of it, but it's a lot of wine.
All right, so reason for this, Dave, I'm going to kick this one to you. Obviously we know, and I think most people know, that fine wine, rare wine, collectible wine, investment grade wine, whatever you want to call it, has been notoriously expensive, slow, like exclusive and intimidating to invest in.
Yeah.
Right. So what makes these marketplaces, not only rectwine.com, but there will be many of these marketplaces launched over time. RectWine is the first one, and we've got plans to launch them all over the world in the coming months and years. So exciting stuff. But what makes it stand out in terms of making process faster, more fun, more approachable? Like why are we doing it?
Well, the main thing is you've got unified supply and unified demand, unified liquidity on both sides. So think about it from this perspective. Like right now, if you're a winemaker and you've got 10,000 cases of wine, then maybe you'll send 1,000 cases to one retailer and 1,000 cases to another retailer and 1,000 cases to another retailer and 1,000 cases to another retailer, right? And then that retailer might sell them to their little group of customers. And then their little group of customers, if they want to resell that bottle, then they can really only resell it within that little pool, right? In the little pool inside that retailer, inside Bordeaux City Bond or inside London City Bond or Berry Brothers or wherever it is. So what happens is it becomes atomized, right? It's all of these little pools of liquidity. But once it becomes a digital asset on the blockchain, now you've got unified supply and unified demand, meaning that no matter where you are in the world, whatever marketplace, whatever trading platform you go to buy from, you're buying from the entire supply everywhere around the world. And you can say, okay, this bottle is in Bordeaux City Bond, and this bottle is at London City Bond, and this bottle is still at the winemaker, and it doesn't matter. You can still buy it no matter where you are. And what that does is it provides much more access and much more liquidity on both sides. So
it's designed to welcome first timers?
Sure, and it's designed to trade, right? Right now, if you're trading, if you're a wine investor then you invest in wine and you kind of are taking a risk because you don't know how you're going to sell it. You don't know where the liquidity is going to come from to who's going to buy it from you, because you can't right now sell the same case of wine across every retailer in the world because they're not tokenized. Once it's tokenized, you can, just like if it's a Bored Ape, right? For this audience, you'll understand kind of the Bored Ape idea, right? If you have a Bored Ape, you can sell it, you can put it up for sale, and it'll be available on OpenSea or on Rarible or on any one of a million other NFT platforms, right? They all deal with the entire order book of Mad Lads or of Bored Apes. This works the same way. It's unified liquidity. So that digital asset has unified liquidity everywhere. So you can sell it. The other cool thing is, because transaction fees are so small, like right now, if you buy a case of investment grade wine and then you go to sell it, you might pay 10, 15, 25% of the value to whoever's managing that sale for you. Whereas on chain, we can get those transaction fees down to maybe 1%. And at 1%, now it becomes really interesting to start trading wine as an asset rather than maybe you invest in it and hold it forever.
I love it. All right. So what about VIN?
It's a revolution. Like we're talking about taking one of the world's most atomized industries that's full of like bottlenecks and doing away with all of that. And now it's a place where you can easily and almost frictionlessly for nearly nothing trade and have a built-in audience and community. Which is really it's looking at the long picture here, as opposed to so much of what's happened in our industry so far, which is always looking at like, what's the maximum rent that can be extracted from this one transaction. And unfortunately, as many of our viewers know, that for the long play, that's not a winning strategy.
Well said. Okay. Now, what about VIN? How does VIN come into this, and how does it affect our native token, VIN coin, for any of you who don't know?
So what's cool about VIN coin, in the beginning, what you'll see with Rect Wine is that for right now, the idea behind Rect Wine is it's sort of a rewards platform for people that have VIN coin, either that have it now or that will get it in there in an airdrop. So it's like a cool rewards platform. So all the wine is available to purchase with VIN. But over time, not only will that switch to USD, but all of the other marketplaces and platforms will be in USDC. However, the fees will all be paid, immediately converted and paid in VIN coin. So what that means is that not only is there a lot of VIN coin buy pressure happening every time there's a sale on of Rect Wine, so $300 billion market. Every time there's a sale, that generates a demand order for VIN coin. But more importantly, every bottle, when it comes onto the platform, will automatically have VIN coin attached. So lots and lots of demand pressure for VIN coin.
That sounds very interesting indeed. Okay. And in terms of alpha, it's different. You know what? Usually I'm drinking, and like by the end of these calls, I mean, I've had half a bottle of non-alcoholic wine, which is ridiculous. I don't drink soft drinks, and this is basically in that category, but it's really good. I'm drinking a 5-year-old aged Riesling. It's actually good. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just really thirsty for Riesling right now. Anyways, wow, went off on a tangent there. Yeah, I think that this is a strong signal for VinCoin. I think that we've covered a lot here. I think we're running low on time, and if anybody wants to check out the wine the Wine Guy AI on Telegram, then I put the link in on X here. It is already up. So you guys can go in and click through that, but it's really simple to find it. If you go into Telegram, the handle is Wine Guy Bot. So you'll just be able to add him there. Him. Kind of annoyed that right now their characters are all male, but that's fine.
We're working on it. I've got some
We'll look at
females
that
coming.
next week on our team call. But we are working on it. There are other gods in play, goddesses. So yeah. Anyways, okay. My Riesling tangent threw me off a little, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to spilling more alpha, and you know, it takes a little alcohol to do that. So any alpha that we can spill about the release of Wrecked Wine. I usually would have let it slip already, but I'm drinking no alcohol, so lame.
Sorry, I heard clapping, but I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I think Dave was clapping at the fact that I'm sober. I'm not sure. Anyway, are we allowed to drop any alpha on the release date for Wrecked Wine?
It is around the corner. Like we're not talking months, guys. We're talking
Days.
Yeah, days.
Good. Cool. I would have said it, and I wouldn't have put you both on the spot. I would have just gone for it. But anyways, all right. Thank you all for watching. Get on Telegram if you're not on Telegram already. I know all the DGens are on Telegram, so love it. We hope to see you there. There's also going to be lots to look forward to. So go to earn.dvin.app. Make sure that you are participating in our... Stop clapping, Dave. My God, give it a minute. Give it a minute. Make sure that you go to earn.dvin.app and start earning points towards VIN. We've got a really cool new rewards program. Really, really easy to get started. Connect a Solana wallet, get in there and verify your email, and then you're off to the races and you can start racking up XP on the leaderboards. We're going to be wiping the leaderboards for the first time. We just launched this before Christmas. So we're going to be wiping the leaderboards for the first time on January 31st, or on February 1st, realistically. We will be wiping it. And so that also means anyone who participated in Seller Challenge, you've got to make sure that you're getting in there and filling out. Once you get your account set up, and it's very simple, you got to scroll down to the Seller Challenge section of the Earn platform. Paste in your EVM wallet address, do the 2 steps. It's very, very, very easy. And we're going to roll your Seller Challenge points into the Earn platform. You're going to fly up the leaderboards really quick. And then once you guys are all in there, we're going to do the leaderboard wipe. We're going to do the conversion, and then everybody can go over to wreckedwine.com and spend that hard-earned drinking and XP. All right. So earn.dvin.app, and Telegram bot is Wine Guy Bot on Telegram. Links in Twitter on our Wine Wednesday post. Thanks, guys. Did I miss anything? Anything else? Dave, Rodolfo?
Anybody out there? Like I said, there's about 100 people that are testing wreckedwine.com. If you're interested in testing, and you can DM me if you know me, and we'll get you on to do some testing. We have a few more days of testing, so if you're interested, let me know. And
as Earn moves forward from February 1st on, we're going to be wiping the leaderboards quarterly, just so everyone knows what to expect there. So make sure you're competitive, guys. All right, cool. Thank you. Happy Wine Wednesday.
Cheers. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Every time.